Hello and welcome to Pro Wrestling Action. I haven't talked to you since I changed my name, and I'm going to tell you why. I changed my name because this seems like a better name to get noticed because this is actually a pro wrestling podcast, so I thought I should have a pro wrestling name, sort of. So that's the simple reason why. And reason why I haven't done anything this week is been kind of busy. So I need to get on here and look at some things that happened earlier this week. First of all, the Royal Rumble, and I'm not going to do a full-on review. Some underwhelming spots, like no surprise entrance other than Ty Dillinger, which I was excited for. I popped huge for that. I marked out. That was the only really surprise entrant in this, unless you include Mark Henry or Kalisto or any of those, which I don't. But overall, it was a pretty good Rumble. It could have been one of the best. This is what I think. They had the ability to be the number one Rumble ever, the best Royal Rumble ever, and they settled for maybe the 15th best Rumble ever. That's what I think about it, and that's what I think WWE does too often these days with their talent. They have so much talent, but they settle for less because Vince changes his mind on a whim. But it's going to be what it's going to be, and I'm still going to watch wrestling as long as it's at least decent. And the two men's titles matches were great. They were great stuff. Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns, they used everything that they could in that no DQ stipulation. And John Cena versus AJ Styles, they took what they did at SummerSlam and bettered it. So the emotion in that match was just off the charts. Moving on to Raw the next night. Just two highlights, really. One of the best promos I've ever heard, period. Not just from Triple H, but period. By Triple H. This is probably the best promo I've ever heard of him, but this is probably one of the best promos I've ever heard, period. And he talked about how he's trying so hard to be the creator, trying so hard to snap that reflex to be the game, and to destroy people, to become the destroyer. And so he says, "I'm done trying. Seth, you've done it. I'm done trying. Come down to this ring and meet your destroyer." So Seth Rollins comes down, and to the surprise of me, Samoa Joe appears on Raw. Now, I thought he was going to be on Smackdown, but he appears on Raw, and that's fine with me. He blindsides Seth Rollins, and he is the destroyer. So that's kind of what he was saying there. And he destroys Seth Rollins. He absolutely tossed him all around the ring. And we'll talk about Seth Rollins a little later. But Samoa Joe appears and helps out Triple H, destroying Seth Rollins. So where do we go from now? Is Samoa Joe going to be against Seth Rollins at WrestleMania if Seth Rollins is healthy? Or is Samoa Joe and Seth Rollins going to face at Fastlane, and then he's going to go against Triple H? What's going to happen? Now on to SmackDown, which I've got two things to say about. Number one, it was crap. There was nothing on SmackDown that really interested me other than one thing, and that was Bray Wyatt. Cut a pretty good promo, and he was the only interesting thing about this show. I'm usually very positive about SmackDown, but this was not a positive show. John Cena came out and cut a bland promo, terrible promo. I wanted him to come out and say screw you to the fans. I wanted him to come out and turn heel, at least turn a little heelish, but it didn't happen, and he cut a bland babyface promo, and he was the regular John Cena as champion, which is so annoying. I mean, if they just do this, it might ruin SmackDown completely for me. That's the only thing I want to talk about on SmackDown. Now to Seth Rollins. Back to Seth Rollins. He got injured. His knee, his right knee, I believe it's the same knee he injured when he was out for 8 months or so. And number one, it just sucks that he might miss his second WrestleMania in a row. And it sucks for his future that he might not be the future of the WWE. He might have too many injury problems and might fade out into the distance. And he's too good of a talent to do that. So hopefully it's a minor injury, just a tweak. And we're supposed to get a full update on Monday Night Raw this week. So I guess they're using an injury to leverage getting more ratings on Raw so we can figure out what's wrong with Seth Rollins. That's not right, but it's WWE. They're going to do whatever gets them ratings. So we're going to see what they say on Raw, and that is my recap of this week. I will not be doing this every week. I'll be actually reviewing stuff most weeks. So this is just a 1 week thing. I'm sorry for it, but I'll be right back at you a little later. See ya.